Why do you love metal? It's a question that metalheads get asked all the time, a question that has as many answers as there are metalheads. You can love Black Sabbath, Lamb of God, and Meshuggah, but the specific reasons you love each band may intersect very little, if at all. The purpose of this show is to dig into the question, to explore and celebrate the vast stylistic variety within the metal genre. So, why do you love metal? Let's find out on 5 songs. And here we are, another episode of 5 Songs. I'm your host, Kevin Tulppo, and my guest today is Nick Nicholson, bass player of one of my favorite local Detroit area metal bands, Aventity. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate this.
No problem. You guys are playing here at the Maidstone Theatre on December 9th?
Yes.
Which is next weekend?
Yes.
This is the first time in, year and a half, couple of years?
It is officially a year and a half now.
Yeah. We won't get into the reasons for that. It's just a little big dumb story. But they are finally getting back on stage, and I will be here to see this show. I'm super geeked about it. So thanks again for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Alrighty. So as everybody knows by now, Nick has brought a little list of a few songs that he really digs for whatever reasons, and we're gonna have a listen to him and talk about him a bit and find out what he likes about each one of them. That's how it goes. All right, so first up on your list is Mudvayne. The song is called Death Blooms. What can you tell us about this song?
This is actually one of the first metal songs I listened to. Growing up, my parents listened to nothing but country and pop rock. And hanging out with my buddy one day, he threw it and he's like, dude, you have to check this out. Threw it, and the first song he played was Death Blooms by Mudvayne, and I was instantly hooked. I knew I wanted to play metal. I wanted to play something like this. Get out there and do it.
Right on. All right, well, let's have a listen to it. This is Mudvayne with Death Blooms.
Seems crippling, rain meander through corridors, aromas thick with age, mark off the day. Reflections of my life are fading, pull me out to body. The wanted people fed and rotting, descending on us in shut shop that's collapsing. The wanted, cast into me, God take the body. The wanted, who wants me? Rust has found its place, salvation is no more. Accept my peace, which will pardon me. Reflections on my life are fading, pull me out to body. The wanted people frail and rotting, descending on us in such a that's collapsing. The wanted, cast into me, God take the body. The wanted, who wants me? I just want to run, like eyes rush from children crying. So the where's the cry? I'm coming. People frail and rotting, sitting on us to church of death. fly over me. Holy sands, dark blooming. Dark fulfilled failure, and in a gloom as wide as an eye, I'm fermenting, roiling hate, death gripping my veins, unveiling rancid petals, flowering forth foul nectar, space between a blink and a tear, death blooms.
Holy shit, man. I gotta be honest, like I was saying, while the song was playing, that like when the whole nu metal thing fucking hit, I was eyeballs deep in death metal. I was all about death metal. It's all I gave a shit about, you know. And you know, black metal was just starting to come on too, so I was like way off in that end of things. And while I've said before that I love Korn's first album, like their self-titled first album was fucking amazing. A complete, you know, departure from what was going on. But because of where I was, basically, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to nu metal stuff. And I've heard of Mudvayne. I've never really listened to him, but this song was fucking amazing. I loved it.
Yeah. So when I got started, I was originally a drummer. Yeah, that's a good sound right there. It's almost as good as the song that was just playing. I was originally a drummer when I first started playing in bands. And I didn't own a drum set, so I was drumming for my buddy who actually got me into them. So I was trying to drum and sound like that drummer to get that nice double bass and just. That's
a hell of a place to start as a drummer.
Yeah, well, that's where I started, and I played drums in high school, but you know, high school drumming's nothing close to that.
Right.
But about 3 months into it, I wasn't allowed to play the drums anymore because we were high school kids. It was his drum set, so he wanted to play drums now.
Oh, well.
And so that's when I picked up bass. And Mudvayne was a big influence. Their bass player's fucking amazing. And then Tool right after that, I started listening to a ton of their stuff.
Right, yeah. I also remarked there's this song clearly has a lot of Tool influence in several different spots. Yeah, it's just it was a great song. I'm gonna have to check these guys out and find out what they're all about. You know, basically, if this was the first metal song you ever fucking heard, you were spoiled.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole lot of shit that just, you know, I don't know, compared to this, there's a whole lot of stuff that if it's a first listen, it's like, you know, it's a little loud. Fuck. All right. So speaking of Tool influence, this brings us to the next song on your list. This song is called "The Pot" by Tool, of course. What is it about this song in particular?
Honestly, I love the bass line in this song. I love the guitars, the drums, just the entire song just comes together in such a way. Ever since it came out on, I think it was their last album, I listen to it almost every day because it's just such a good song to me.
Cool. All right, let's hear it then. Tool, "The Pot."
Who are you to wave your finger? You must have been out your head. I hold deep in muddy waters. You practically raised the dead. Rob the grave to snow the cradle, then burn the evidence down. Soapbox house of cars and glass, so don't go tossing your stones around. You must have been. You must have been. Foot in mouth and head up.
that was The Pot by Tool. 10,000 Days is a great album.
It's one of my favorite albums. I literally listen to that every day. I cannot get enough of Tool. I cannot get enough of that album.
Definitely, it's bass players and drummers are like huge Tool fans across the board. I've discovered, with good reason. I mean, it's
There's nobody better, in my opinion, when you look at drums and bass. The drumming from Tool, their bass player, they work so well together. They come up with such great combinations, and it just adds to the effect of the band.
Next up, next up on your list is Korn, Somebody Someone.
This song again goes back to my drumming and becoming a bass player, because this song was so percussion heavy, and their bass player Fieldy, just with the way he plays bass, it just adds to the drums and makes it more percussion heavy. And I really love that. Really love the feel of all their songs, and especially this one.
Cool. All right, let's hear it. Korn, Somebody Someone. That was Korn, Somebody Someone. Definitely one of the things that I liked about Korn was how they their whole sound was completely off in a different place. It's amazing how he can get his bass to, I mean, his bass sounds like fucking cables just like flopping in the breeze, but he can still, you know, very articulate with them. It's a really amazing bass tone.
Yeah, it always reminded me of just basically the toms, just low toms the whole time. Whenever you hear him flicking on the strings.
Right, yeah.
That's what it reminded me of, and actually it kind of reflects in some of my own bass playing. I incorporate some of that into mine, just slapping on strings.
It is a great sound. Yeah, this is the kind of early Korn that I really, really like. All right, next up on your list is Meshuggah, Rational Gaze, which this might have been the first Meshuggah song I ever heard too.
This was the first Meshuggah song I had ever heard.
Yeah,
and it completely changed metal for me.
Meshuggah is a paradigm shifter. Even if you don't necessarily understand what they're getting at, you know, if you can appreciate what they're doing, it's a complete paradigm shift as far as how to put a song together.
Yeah, and honestly, I wanted Meshuggah on this list, but I had probably 3 of my favorite Meshuggah songs, but I had to go with this one because the first time you hear the song, if you've never heard Meshuggah before, it changes everything for you.
Oh, yeah. All right, man, let's hear it. Meshuggah, Rational Gaze. God damn it, I love Meshuggah.
I can't get enough of it, man. Can we play it again? I mean, it's a good. I think he was actually going to do it too, for a minute.
Yeah, that was. Oh God, that was. I've always been more drawn toward the progressive style metal that just has more stuff conceptually going on. And when I heard these guys, it was just it's a complete mind fuck. I had no idea. I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing? This is like one of my favorite albums is Injustice for All because they were really getting into the prog elements of playing with time and tempo and song structure and shit like that. And I was always like, I was always disappointed that they never went further with that because they were going in a really, really cool direction. And this like Meshuggah, especially with Nothing, that era when they just went straight into like what they are now.
There was metal, and then there was Meshuggah.
Yeah. I mean, like the direction that Metallica was going in 1989. It's like you put that on fucking steroids, and then like chuck it full of meth and kick it down a flight of stairs, and you got Meshuggah in 2002. Fucking amazing,
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. That's kind of a good analogy there.
I have my moments. So yeah, God damn it! I gotta listen. I just got their new album. I haven't actually listened to it all the way through yet. I have to do that now. I'm gonna go home and do that.
Yeah.
But first, we still have your fifth song, which see what I did there?
Yes.
So the last song on your list, your fifth and final song, is Slipknot, Before I Forget.
This is kind of a guilty pleasure, I would say. I'm not a huge Slipknot fan, but something about the song, just the lyrics in it and the way the drums sound, Slipknot's that very big, heavy percussive band, and with 9 members, you can have whatever fucking sound you like.
Yeah, pretty much.
So when I heard this song, I don't know what it is about it. It just speaks to me, I guess.
Cool. All right. Well, let's hear it then. Slipknot, Before I Forget.
Before I could stand, I will remember before I forget.
All right, Slipknot. Before I forget, so I'm going to be honest about Slipknot. They're when they first came out, I liked some of what they were doing. And since then, I'm not a huge Slipknot fan. And this song is kind of like rock radio.
Yeah,
this is a very rock radio song, and I don't listen to rock radio because I don't like it.
I call like this kind of Slipknot. It's more like straight metal to me because it just seems like it's all one tempo, one constant beat the whole way.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Everything else I listen to, it jumps around. Meshuggah. It's not straight at all.
No.
Right. Tool. Tool's got their sound. Slipknot, it's just one straight path for me. And I don't know, like after their first album, I listened to a song off each album that I might like, and that's about it.
Alrighty. Anything else? Would you like to add anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, we're gonna plug your gig then. Jesus,
Friday,
December 9th.
December 9th.
At the Maidstone Theatre here in lovely Ypsilanti. Aventity will be jumping up on stage for the first time in a year and a half. I'm going to be here. I'm really geeked to see you guys. Like I said, you're one of my favorite local bands. I really love what you're doing. I love Mike's guitar style, his playing style, and I really dig what you guys got going on. So I'm eager to see how you're going to do with your new vocalist.
Yeah, honestly, we're eager to see how he's going to do too. I have a ton of faith in the guy. It's going to be his first show playing live, and I think he's going to be one hell of a vocalist for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have brought him on for this long, train him up.
All right, I look forward to seeing it. With that said, and this brings another episode of 5 Songs to an end. I've been your host, Kevin Tulppo. My guest has been Nick Nicholson of Aventity, playing here next weekend, Friday night, December 9th. We are recording this, as usual, here at the lovely and talented Maidstone Theatre in Ypsilanti. Thanks, as usual, to Gary Willibey for engineering this thing and making us sound good. Thanks, as always, to John Archer for letting us record this thing here. And to close us out, we have a song from Aventity, Nick's band. This song is called Giving Up the Ghost. Check it out, and come down here next weekend to see these guys play it live. Have a good one.
You
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's fuck it. Never mind. Just cut that shit out. It's not good.
Leave all that shit in. You and your mini Stanley Cup.